Divine Ones, we're going to do our live collective reading today. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect. I've got my cards that I plan to use out. We're just going to go ahead and connect with them, set our intention. That we have the intention that this reading is going to find those who need it. It is going to be that aha confirmation that the viewer has been seeking from Spirit. I open myself up to be a divine transmitter for their Spirit team, for the collective Spirit guides, to bring through communications and messages to bring clarity that will allow for growth and expansion for the highest good of all. Okay, so I'm just going to clear the space, connect with the cards here with some light language. Borea seriam, borea soria ham. Borea nea soria ham meian. Borea bara soria Okay, so I wanted to start and just kind of get an idea of who we are dealing with today. All right, kind of a baseline here. Healthy choices. Okay, so let's see what we get more with that. This is the first time using these to kind of start, so bear with me. All right, what is this one? Okay. So healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Welcoming love is the next one. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so this kind of connects with the energies that I was seeing last week with a group who have started to really kind of prioritize themselves. They've really started to show up for themselves. They're starting to see that whatever dynamic that they have been in has not been the healthiest for them. It hasn't been serving them as best as it could. So they've been starting to kind of take the reins back and start saying, you know what, I'm good. I'm ready to start leveling up with my ascension. This has been with a lot of twin flame dynamics, okay? So something that I have been explaining about twin flames is there's a lot of misinformation out there with this idea that there's only this like one person, okay? We have to remember that we live in an infinite universe that is filled with infinite possibilities, different timelines, different ascension levels like 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, all of that kind of stuff. So when we meet a twin flame, it might be one that's a vibrational match on the 3D, right? And then when we have that experience with them, we may get activated and level up, and that individual may not. So the focus is always going to be on the healing. The focus is always going to be on leaning in to whatever that experience has taught us and kind of guided us into what needs to be healed. And then from there, we may reconnect with that same person because they may have done that work too, or we'll have ascended to another like 4D, 5D, 6D, and we will meet a new twin that is on that same level that will either be able to ascend with us or that will just guide us into the next level, because divine union can only happen at like 5 and 6D. So we have to keep ascending up those levels, and we don't always find the same one who is able and willing to ascend like that or on the same timetable. So a lot of people are finding that they're kind of in this space of like, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and let that person go do their journey, and I'm going to go ahead and step into my healing, step into the work that I want to do so that I can call in a higher vibrational partner. And this is exactly what this is showing me, okay? So we've got the healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, right? Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, and love call. So someone expresses love, a message of love So this is really showing me, again, confirming the energies that I was putting out last week with the readings, that those that are doing this leveling up, they're definitely going to start calling in someone who is more on that level, that is going to be able to carry them to a higher dimension with a higher frequency love connection. All right. So let's see what else we have going on here. Let's tune into these cards. So it looks like we're working with this group again that are starting to really kind of, what I'm getting is like setting some boundaries, starting to learn our worth. So let's see what's going on here. All right, Spirit, give me kind of the baseline here for this. Okay, yeah, 9 of Cups reversed. So this is telling me, you know, we're in this process of calling in this like wish fulfillment. This is good. Wow, 6 of Cups reversed. So again, calling this in. 6 of Cups is the twin flame card. It's about past lives. It also can have to do with like some inner child work. Oh, this one popped. Okay, so this is whoever this group is, okay? So we always want to make sure that when we're watching these and connecting with them, are we feeling that in our body, okay? Are we feeling that kind of leaning in? Are we feeling that truth? If not, if it's kind of feeling a little bit like, then it's just not for you, right? So if you're feeling this, if you're like, yep, this is resonating, this feels like me, then let's continue for that group. So we're in this position where really prioritizing our self-growth and our self-development, this is what's making us become a vibrational match to that like wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups, like kind of everything I've wanted, right? 6 of Cups, this is going to be with a twin flame connection. Okay, so there's lots of people out there, lots of souls out there who are on this twin flame journey. And when we realize and remember the truth about the twin flame journey, which is just those soul groups that came in that want to experience divine union. Okay, so divine union has to happen at those higher levels, right? So this is looking like we're going to start moving into a space where we're finding more aligned partners that are seeking what we're seeking. Okay, 7 of Wands energy here. So this is kind of saying you're really sticking with it. Okay, so I feel like there's some people here that have been super discouraged. Oh, this is such good news for this group today. So these are people, they've been discouraged. Okay, they have been frustrated. I feel like they thought that they had found what they were seeking, what they were hoping for, what they were wishing for. But it turns out that it wasn't that with whoever this last person was. There are a lot of realizations coming from this group that their partners or their current twin flame connection, that person is just not, they're just not there. They're not going to do that work. They're not going to level up. And so we're kind of in this space of like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go onward with my journey and honor you where you are in yours and let you do that. And that's okay. You know, that's just as loving as anything else. To honor someone else's journey, especially when we love them and know and are aware that they're hurting themselves in their journey, to just allow them to do that. It's a very loving act to be able to just bear witness to someone creating suffering for themselves, even though it's hard, but we have to honor people's journeys. And so this group looks like they are ones that are in this process. They're in this process of realizing, okay, this person is not good for me. They're not going to be able to give me this 9 of Cups energy. They're not going to be able to give me this like wish fulfillment. As much as I recognize that they are twin flame, they are not the one that is going to be able to level up to these ascended levels that I can experience this true divine union with. And so it's time to step out and seek a more aligned twin flame connection. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. And I know this is going to be new information for a lot, because there's a lot of misinformation out there that's just regurgitated about twin flames. But again, there doesn't need to just be this one person. We're all one soul, right? As divine beings, we're all one, okay? So there's a group that chose to incarnate here that want to experience divine union. Those are all twin flames. And so we can find groups and find others that are on the ascension journey that are going to help mirror back. There's so many infinite possibilities, right? So this perseverance energy right here is creating a little bit of depression for some people is what I'm getting. So this Nine of Cups, we're definitely manifesting this, okay? And I always say we because when I tune in, I'm connecting with the collective. So I'm always going to say we because that's the energy that I'm in. Okay, so the Magician here is this manifestation, okay? We're manifesting this outcome. Three of Pentacles, clarifying the Six of Cups. This is definitely referring to a coming together, but it's reversed. So I see reversed cards very differently than most other people. One, I see them as just some resistance with the energy that the card originally means, but it also can have like both meanings, right? So there's this energy of new coming together, but there's also an energy of that separation, right? The old kind of going out, kind of moving on, all right? And then Seven of Wands being clarified with this Nine of Swords. This group, if this is you, go ahead and say, yes, I'm resonating. This is feeling like this is me. This group has been having some trouble with this. And that's, that seems very natural. I want to honor you in that right now and just send you some love and compassion. This is not an easy journey. The twin flame journey is not an easy one, okay? This is, it was a big one for a lot of us to set out on. And so this issue here, like trying to keep hope is what I'm feeling, like trying to stay like hopeful, positive, staying in this energy while also struggling with these thoughts and beliefs. I'm getting thoughts around worthiness. So this is very common too for twin flames, it's almost like this group is aware, a lot of times unconsciously, but aware that the human form is not their natural form. So there's a lot of struggles with like body dysmorphia, feelings of like, almost like witnessing. What I'm seeing is like watching other couples where you're like, how do they do that? Because you almost feel like there's something wrong with you physically, even though you may see and consider yourself like an attractive person. But when it comes to having that level of intimacy or experience, there's almost like this feeling that's like, I don't see how that I can do that. I don't see how I'm worthy of that. Like thoughts like this. So again, if this is resonating, if you've had those kinds of feelings, that is a little bit of a confirmation that you are on the twin flame journey. For those that kind of struggle with that, where it's kind of weird, where it's like, what is this weird human dynamic? it's like we don't quite get it. It's like we know, but we don't quite get it. And so this is part of that healing. That's part of the twin flame ascension journey. That's part of this, is like learning to just fully accept the meat suit that we're carrying and walking around in. And just be like, okay, it is kind of odd, but that's okay. My soul is what is important, right? That's looking for this connection. All right. So working on these beliefs that we're kind of trapped in. It's clear that that's like part of this. This is an important transitional key to being able to move into this new connection. Okay. Let's see. All right, I don't even know what specific question to ask for this. I guess just give me more, Spirit. Give me some more guidance for this group. One, to just help them confirm that, yes, this is for me. I'm super supported in this journey. And to give them, I feel like, some hope. Gives them some hope here. So we have some feminines here. Okay, I've got Queen of Wands. I felt her pop, but I pulled her reversed, even though she was supposed to be upright, so I set her upright. But with that weird like little blip there, Queen of Wands reversed is always the card that tells me that there's witch's wound stuff here. So I think that this is some stuff that's part of, ooh, we got him. Where are you? Sorry, disappearing. Okay. Yeah, yep. Oh my gosh, and the King of Wands. So yeah. Queen of Wands, it kind of has that like need to heal the witch's wound. King of Wands is the warrior's wound card for me. So, and then I have Eight of Swords here. So Eight of Swords is like, again, more of those negative thoughts, self-limiting thoughts. So what I'm getting from this is we've got some feminines who are on this journey of ascension, journey of leveling up, that are kind of struggling through kind of going back and forth almost is what I'm feeling. So it's like becoming aware that this old connection is not serving, it's not healthy, it's probably kind of toxic, honestly, is what I'm getting. But there's also this almost fear. It's like, well, what if I can't find better? What if, what if I do? Maybe I should just settle with what's comfortable. It's all, I'm getting the saying, what is it? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know kind of thing. So again, it can resonate like maybe just a little bit guilty here, and that's okay. Again, we just observe and have compassion for our human experience and just kind of just bear witness to it. That's how we heal. We just don't have any judgment and just observe it. But that's kind of an energy I'm getting for these queens here. For the kings, there's the word inadequacy. Okay, so not good enough. I'm not capable enough is what I'm getting. So again, that is that warrior's wound energy, right? So the witch's wound is that fear of betrayal and abandonment. And then the warrior's wound is that I'm not good enough, I can't be enough, I'm inadequate, fear of failure, those kinds of energies for the masculines, okay? So again, with masculine and feminine, it doesn't matter what our physical expression is or any type of identification. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us. So there might be some that align more as a feminine, but they hear this fear of failure and they're like, oh wow, so I actually have masculine wounding that's coming up to be healed. And hey, great, good to know, right? But this is that energy, right? This Eight of Swords, where it's like, I'm just kind of trapped right now. We're kind of in a limbo is what I'm feeling from this energy. Yeah, okay. So Justice here with this Queen of Wands. So Justice is about finding balance, right? It's about finding the balance between feeling, what I'm getting is feeling victimized and also recognizing our own part in our victimization. So this is kind of a struggle, right? Because we never want to like shame or victim blame, but it's also kind of just this opportunity to lean in and say, okay, in what way was I abandoning myself? In what way did I betray myself? Kind of those situations where our intuition's like screaming at us and it's like, don't do that, or don't go there, or say, don't hang out with that person. And then we ignore that, we suppress that because we want to feel accepted. We feel bad that, someone's telling us, that's judgmental, you shouldn't be that way, or you shouldn't say that or do that. So we're like, shh, intuition, don't say this. And then we find ourselves in a situation that is probably not one that we were hoping to manifest. And then we're like, I've been a victim in this situation, when the intuition's kind of sitting there like, I was trying to say something. So it's like those situations, again, with zero judgment, just observing it, just looking at this from, okay, yeah, I can see this. I can see some times where I self-abandoned, right? I didn't show up for myself in this moment, and it didn't go very well. And that's I think what we're trying to rectify here for these feminines is that forgiving ourselves, having compassion for ourselves. Because here's the thing, we have to remember that as we're going through our journey, it's like we're sleepwalking, okay? We're not conscious. And so it would be like being mad at someone who was sleepwalking and they like broke a vase or something. It's like they didn't know. They just weren't conscious. So looking back at like older versions of ourselves that did do these things, that's where we just have that compassion. Where we say, okay, you know, I'm just going to love you. I'm just going to love you. I'm just going to have compassion for you where you were, because you really just didn't know better. You didn't know better, and that's okay. You do now, and we're going to do better now that we know better, right? And that's all we can do. So this is that invitation, right, to just lean into that healing, leaning into that energy of healing the witch's wound, finding, again, that balance, okay? Finding the balance of, I need to work on being able to feel safe enough to show up for myself, while also allowing myself to have an open heart. This can be a challenge, right? That's why we have those overactive archetypes and the underactive archetypes. So the overactive, which I'm a recovering dragon archetype, the overactive can be that my heart's closed, I don't need anybody, I've got it all figured out, right? And then the underactives are like, I can't do anything right, I'm just not worthy, I'm not good enough. So, you know, we've got these, it's just kind of like, how did we decide to cope with our traumas? Really, it's like, did I decide to get angry, or did I decide to get afraid? And there's a lot of other factors that play into that, but that's kind of how those are working. So it's like finding this balance. How do I still have an open heart, but also set these boundaries and do so in a loving way? Okay, so we've got these masculines here with working on their warrior's wound. This is actually very interesting. So we have the Star card here. So there's been movement with the masculine, and the masculine has been a little bit it's been a little bit lagging behind in activation from the fact that their oppression has been much more covert than it has been for the feminine. So for the feminine, it's kind of been like really in our face. And so we're like, this is not okay. I need to like push through this and fight and, you know, do whatever I need to do to heal this. But for the masculine, because it's been so covert, they've kind of been more slow to wake up and to kind of start seeing this kind of aspect. But with the Star card here, there's some hope, right? The Star card is hope. But it's also about like the stars aligning, soul's purpose. So like this is telling me that they're starting to kind of get there. They're starting to move in this energy of awareness, of kind of figuring it out. So as we're moving through this energy in this Eight of Swords, kind of, I'm trapped in my consciousness, I'm trapped in my beliefs, I'm trapped in all of this. We're moving out of that. We have the Six of Swords with that. So we're moving out of that energy. And that's something really amazing, right? To be really proud of, to say, okay, you know, I'm becoming aware of this and I'm making that transition. Now, how long that's going to take, who knows, right? And there's no like time limit on it, but we're in this process, okay? So with this group, I'm going to end this one here. And then in the extended, I'm going to hop over into my VIP group for that extended reading. If you need more information on that, you can find that through the link in my bio. It's called The Collective. So you can hop in there and then you'll be able to get into the group and see the extended reading. For those who watch the replay on YouTube, all of that information is going to be in the description, along with learning more about the archetypes, the link for the quiz to learn your archetype, that will all be there as well. So for the extended reading, I want to look more into what's coming for this group. I want to get a feeling if this is some reunions that are going to happen with previous connections with twin flames, or if we're calling in a new twin flame connection that will be able to ascend more with us. So I want to get information on that. I want to get more information on kind of timeline. Timeline's really hard to predict, let's be real, but we can kind of get a gauge. So I want to kind of get a feel for this as to what that is going to be looking like. And then whatever questions anyone else who's on the live there want me to look into, because on the extended, there is interaction if you are live on there, and I will go into questions for those who are there. Okay, so yeah, if anyone wants to join me over there, I will be in there in a couple minutes. And otherwise, if this connected with you, just let me know. I'm gonna send you just a little bit of energy, a little bit of love, just to support you in your journey. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you over for the extended. Bye.